Hey guys, Zen here, and today I wanted to go over the 5 best attacking operators in Rainbow Six Siege. Now, of course, this is my opinion, and none of this is set in stone or fact. You guys can also look forward to more operator lists like this, so make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. But this list is in order, with number 1 being who I consider to be the best attacker currently in the game, so keep that in mind as we proceed. So to start this list off at the number 5 spot, we have Nomad. As the attacker's first trap operator, what she's capable of doing during a round is actually game-changing. So Nomad is a 2-speed, 2-armor attacker that comes with the air jab gadget. This gadget is able to stick to basically any surface and will blow back any defender that comes within its proximity. The best way to play Nomad is to stick with 1 or 2 of your teammates and use her air jab as a way to cover your tracks as you progress to the objective. Another viable strat is to get a bomb plant down and set up an air jab around it, and of course use it as intel for when a defender comes close. The variability that this air jab gadget brings, and also the fact that it's pretty much always useful, makes Nomad a must-pick operator for me. Now, as far as her loadout, Nomad comes with the AK and the ARX. The community in general heralds the ARX as the superior option, but for me, the AK just feels better to shoot, and on top of that, it has more than double the mag of the ARX, which makes it a lot more reliable when you're pre-firing or in drawn-out gunfights. Nomad also brings the .44 mag as a secondary, which comes with an ACOG scope, but it isn't just any ACOG scope. It's custom to this pistol, and it's the cleanest sight available in the game. It's very easy to line up headshots, but even if you don't, all of your opponents will be dead within 3 shots, which makes this weapon very reliable if your primary isn't available. Now, outside of Jaeger, Nomad doesn't have a hard counter, so if she's able to set up an air jab, the defenders really have no choice but to run into it or find a different route. And that's mainly because there is no way to deal with one outside of shooting it, and that's only if you know exactly where it is. If you do trigger an air jab, it makes one of the loudest sounds in the game, and every attacker will know what direction you're coming from. Nomad isn't the operator to breach open the map. She also isn't an explosive fragger. She's here to watch your back, and at the very least push the defenders down and open up opportunities that otherwise would have never been made possible. She's the best at giving intel after the plant goes down, and the best support to have as an attacker once you've already pushed the objective. Number 4 on the list goes to Sledge. He serves as the foundation to any attacking team, and it's because what he does is so core to Rainbow Six Siege. He's a 2-speed, 2-armor operator that brings the sledgehammer gadget to the field. It's pretty simple. You see a soft wall or surface and use Sledge's hammer to bust through it. But the hammer's utility doesn't stop there. Not only does it one-shot barbed wire, an extremely popular secondary gadget, it one-shots castle barricades, but it also has the ability to destroy Maestro's evil eye gadget. I know some may not believe this to be a huge selling point of Sledge, but given how popular Maestro has become in the meta, and also how valuable those cams are to defense, having a gadget with an almost unlimited ability to deal with it is powerful, and it's also incredibly satisfying to wind up and smash all of Maestro's hard work in one hit. Sledge also comes with quite possibly the best attacker loadout available. The L85 assault rifle is always a great choice with a balanced fire rate, an easy recoil pattern, and he also has a shotgun for those close range engagements. But it's the combo of the SMG-11 and the frag grenades that make this operator so special to load out. The SMG-11 is the perfect secondary companion for cleaning up kills or for its ridiculous fire rate and headshot potential, and I think everyone understands the raw power of frags in the meta. They can kill, they can destroy defender gadgets, and of course, Sledge has access to all of this in his kit. This operator is best on his own, creating his own path to the objective and being as creative as possible with everything in his loadout to secure the round. He isn't flashy, and some may find him a little uninteresting as a result, but it's these qualities that make him extremely beginner friendly, but also somewhat of a platform for veterans to grow into. Now, there is only one other attacker in the game with the same capabilities as Sledge, and that is of course Buck. The age-old question when choosing your lineup is always Sledge or Buck. They're both soft breachers, they both have frags, and they're both 2-speed operators. So in a pinch, who do you pick? I think when you add it all up and look at both as complete operators, Sledge is that pick. He has the better weapons and offers more fragging capability with the SMG-11. So personally, I see more value there. Sledge is a foundation, the rock of any attacking team, a solo queue god, and above all, core to Rainbow Six Siege. Moving on to our number 3 spot, we have Thermite. He's a 2-speed, 2-armor operator that brings the exothermic charge to the field. You basically walk up to either a reinforced wall or hatch, place the charge, and blow it wide open. Thermite is the most important attacker on the map in the early game until he uses both of his charges. It is vital that he stays alive until he uses his gadget's utility, so your biggest crutch is the spawn peek. There is basically no better feeling on defense than spawn peeking the attackers and killing either Thatcher or Thermite, but especially Thermite, because you can almost guarantee that every wall you put up will stay up, and that security is amazing. Now, of course, Thermite does have his counters, and he does have the crutch of almost always requiring a support operator like Twitch or Thatcher to help him deal with those counters. At this time, he has 3 main counters: Bandit, Mute, and Kaid. Mute and Kaid are the simplest to deal with, and it's mainly because once their gadgets are placed, they're serving their full purpose. It's really Bandit and his ability to trick that is Thermite's biggest threat. Bandit's batteries have the ability to electrify a wall, which destroys Thermite's charges. Even with a Twitch or Thatcher, Bandit can still easily put a battery down at the same time as Thermite and destroy his gadget in an instant. There is Maverick, and he can prevent this, but he can also make it impossible for Thermite to place the charge by opening up lines of sight for the defenders. Now, as far as loadout, Thermite's assault rifle is actually amazing and is one of the most consistent weapons in the game, and he also has access to a shotgun if you'd rather play up close. I always run him with the assault rifle equipped with the flash hider and vertical grip, the M45 handgun, and the claymore to help watch your back while you place the charge. It's a very balanced loadout that complements his ideal use of gadget well. At the number 3 spot, the pick must be consistent, fundamental, and a constant pick round after round. No matter the objective, no matter what your plan is, almost every single effective push is led by a Thermite, and it's been this way since the very beginning. Our number 2 spot goes to Thatcher, the other half of this peanut butter and jelly combo with Thermite. Thatcher is a 2-speed, 2-armor operator that comes with the EMP grenade gadget. You basically throw the EMP at walls or in a room, and it'll destroy or disable almost any electronic it comes in contact with. This gadget counters the most defender gadgets in the game. It destroys Jaeger ADS, mute jammers, bandit batteries, Kapkan traps, Gersmont mines, black eye cams, electric claw, and goo mines, and it disables Maestro's evil eye, yokai drones, alibi holograms, Clash's taser, and every single optic in the game. Simply put, if Thatcher throws an EMP, it will have an effect on some aspect of your defensive round, and you'll also know exactly when it's going off because it's incredibly loud and apparent. He also has a very versatile loadout. You have the option of the AR-33 and the L85 assault rifles, as well as a shotgun. I prefer the AR-33. I feel it's really underrated against the L85 and has a really easy to learn recoil pattern, so I tend to run that rifle. Now, similar to his hard breaching counterpart, Thatcher isn't fancy, but with every new electronic on defense, his ability gets more and more crucial every single round. There isn't much else to say about this operator. He's been here since day one, has always had a useful gadget and great weaponry, and has probably been the number 1 operator in helping to open up reinforced walls leading into the objective. My fear is that as time goes on and as more futuristic gadgets get introduced to defense, Thatcher may become an actual must pick every single round for the attackers. Even where he's at now, you almost question your whole game plan when he's not there, because when he is there, things are just made easier. Now more than ever, the Thatcher Thermite combo is necessary, and it's a harmony I don't think is going anywhere anytime soon. Now, before we move on to our number 1 spot, I wanted to give a shout out to the honorable mentions. I have 2 operators here at this spot because some people use these videos as a way to choose which operators to unlock next or to get more general information. First up, we have Maverick. He's a 3-speed, 1-armor attacker that comes with the Suri blowtorch. At a glance, Maverick has no counter, but if you're obvious where you use his blowtorch, you will get shot in the face every single time. So your biggest friend is trying to use his blowtorch where and when the defenders aren't expecting it. Maverick is a hard breacher, but he isn't the one to open up a wall and let the attacking team in. He's the one by himself on a flank, trying to be as stealthy as possible and picking off unaware defenders through homemade murder holes. I don't recommend Maverick for the beginner, but I do recommend you unlock him early on because he'll teach you about the importance of masking sound and using other sounds as a way to open up an opportunity for you. Similar to Mira, sometimes Maverick can put his own team at risk if he isn't played correctly, but with no hard counter, he's very powerful and also very useful to his team. Our final honorable mention may surprise some of you, but it goes to IQ. I don't think IQ gets nearly enough credit, and I think it's mainly because to really use her to her fullest, you have to be a very knowledgeable player and be using advanced tactics. She's a 3-speed, 1-armor attacker with the electronics detector gadget. The goal with IQ is to spot enemy electronics like invisible goo mines or Jaeger ADS and use that information to tell your team and hopefully deal with them. If you really want to be successful with IQ, you're going to need to understand your team composition, and you should also understand vertical gameplay really well as well. A lot of the floors and ceilings are actually soft in Siege, and so IQ can look through them, see enemy gadgets, and take them out. A lot of new IQ players just use the gadget to see the electronics, but they don't take that second step and relay that information to the team to take it out. Now, the best redeeming factors for IQ are clearly her guns. The AUG, the Commando, and the G18 are all amazing in their own way, and it really comes down to personal preference which one you main. I go back and forth between the AUG and the Commando mostly, but her LMG is also very accurate. Now, yes, IQ did lose her frags, and yes, it is very unfortunate, but the rest of her is still very strong, even if her success rate is very player reliant and knowledge based. But now we're finally here at the #1 spot, the operator I feel is the best in the game, and that spot goes to Zofia. She's a 2-speed, 2-armor attacker that comes with the KS-79 lifeline launcher. Zofia literally has it all. She has the ability to breach with the impact nades, and with the flip of a switch, she has access to proximity detonated concussion grenades. Over the last few seasons, Zofia has seen some nerfs. She lost a couple of her concussion grenades, for example, and although that did obviously hurt this operator, it doesn't stop her from offering some of the most utility on attack. Zofia also has an amazing loadout all the way around. Her M762 assault rifle is the fan favorite because it hits like a truck and has a solid fire rate, but for those that enjoy using LMGs, in my opinion, Zofia has the best one currently in the game with the LMG-E. It just feels amazing to shoot and resembles an assault rifle more than a big and clunky LMG. She also has a scoped pistol, which just makes aiming down sight clearer than iron sights, but one of my favorite aspects of this operator is her ability to pick herself back up after she's been downed. Now, just being honest, most times when you're downed, you will be taken out, but in the event you do get back up, it could shift the momentum back in the attacker's favor and secure a win, which has happened a few times for me while playing as Zofia. Another secret perk is her resistance to Ella's Gersmont mine. Now, Ella isn't nearly as popular as she used to be, but when she is played, if you run into her mines, the effects last significantly less against Zofia, and it is noticeable, so it's definitely a point to mention here. Being that her gadget is a launcher, naturally, Jaeger is the only real counter, so if he isn't there, Zofia has the ability to use all of her utility. There's also an element of intel with this operator. Given the fact that her concussion nades are proximity detonated, it'll make you aware of an enemy in a room if they go off after you fire them. Now, I've said it in the past, but Zofia is just a win-win-win, and there really isn't ever a time where she isn't solid or even a must pick for the attacking team. But that's everything, guys. Those are my picks for the 5 best attacking operators in Rainbow Six Siege. Soon there will be the best defenders as well as the worst operator list, so be on the lookout for that. Also, follow me over on Twitter. It's the best place to talk direct with me and also stay up to date with the channel, so links in the bio. But I want to hear from you. Who are your 5 best attacking operators in Rainbow Six Siege, and do you agree with mine? Let me know in a comment down below. If you did enjoy this video, please drop a like and subscribe with notifications if you're new. With that being said, it's been Zen. Hey, I'm out.